Yeah, Bill, I fully support you on that, because what happens is all I'm trying to do as someone who's been over to the Middle East in 1988 and a peacekeeping role in Iran and saw the end results of what war can do to the landscape, all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to protect my younger brothers and sisters, or people that are still in the military right now, and also people that are young veterans. I'm just trying to make sure that they're safe, because what happens is I don't want to see our nation turn into a war nation of basically where our military infrastructure is supported over our social programs, because I believe that the people of Canada should be taken care of. And at the same time, our military, we should not call upon our military, our young soldiers, to enter into a war that a larger percentage of the Canadians don't agree with. I mean, that's the point I'm trying to raise here. And I really appreciate you and your party standing up in Parliament and being one of the rare people that do voice that opinion. That is great to see. And also, I'd like to remind our listening audience, you're listening to Co-op Radio 102.7 FM, CFRO, Monday Brown Banker. Our guest is Bill Siksay, who is a member of the NDP party for the Burnaby-Douglas area for the federal Canadian Parliament. And, Bill, what happens is I just have a couple questions for you. The one question I have is, we were talking about the Canadian pension plan earlier. I was wondering, do you know what percentage actually is invested into the making of components for weapons of mass destruction? Because I've heard anywhere from 7% to even higher number. What numbers have you heard?
Yeah, I don't know the numbers, Reg, and sorry, I don't have access to that info right at the moment either.
And also, with this upcoming election, how strong is the possibilities of a federal election in Canada? You know, because I've heard the Ignatieff sort of basically pump his chest out. Harper's standing there going, "Go ahead, make my day," sort of thing. You know, what have you heard?
Well, it's frustrating to me. You know, this Parliament is not even a year old yet, and it seems to be crumbling around us. Not because I think Canadians have changed their mind about what kind of government they want to elect, but because we have a Prime Minister who refuses to deal with the kind of Parliament that Canadians elected, who refuses to govern as if he tries to govern like he has a majority, even though he wasn't given that majority two times in a row. And it's very frustrating to me that he should get away with that kind of behavior. It seems to me that if he respected the will of Canadians, that if he respected the parliamentary system of government, he would be governing in a way that sought compromise. For heaven's sakes, he's got 3 opposition parties. He only needs the support of one of them, and he can. That gives him a whole range of ideological perspective to work from. So certainly, if he had any skill in terms of governing, if he had any inkling of trying to respect the will of Canadians and trying to respect our democratic institutions, it should be possible for Canada to have a long period of stable government, even with the kind of parliament we have now. It would take a little bit of compromise on the part of the Prime Minister, but it seems to me that that's one of the requirements of leadership. It strikes me that Liberals seem to be wanting to play the same kind of game, and that they've been anxious to get out of this trap where they've been the ones keeping the Conservatives in place, largely because of their own internal problems for so long. And I think it's just very, very frustrating to see that the leaders of the 2 main parties haven't been able to find a way that would respect the decisions that Canadians made in the last election, even in the elections before that, for a minority government, and to look for the possibilities of how that would work. But yes, we could have an election soon. Apparently, I don't know any. I don't have any inside scoop on that, so I'll be heading back for the reopening of Parliament on Monday, and a week from today, and we'll just have to see what develops from that point.
Well, one thing I'd really like to know, and I think a lot of us Canadians would like to know, do the members of Parliament that want this federal election, being people within the federal Liberal Party and federal Conservative Party, do they realize that it cost us over $360 million last time we had an election? So can you imagine how many social programs that now we're going to have to sacrifice because they want to have these elections and they want to act like they're standing above people? I mean, don't they realize that this is going to hurt the ordinary Canadian people, the ones who are on welfare, the ones that are struggling just to make it every day, the ones that are on minimum wage jobs and have children that are in daycare? Don't they realize that it's going to affect them?
Well, it just delays any serious attention to any of the really important issues of the day when we go back into this election period. And it is very, very frustrating. I think that some people appreciate it. And look, I could end up supporting a call for an election. I could end up voting against the government and seeking to defeat the government, because depending on what's before me, we're all going to have to make those kinds of decisions. And on a matter of principle, I would have a hard time compromising that. I have lots of problems with conservatives and the way they've chosen to govern, and would love to see a change in government federally. I'd like to see a new Democrat government, because I'm not sure that the Liberals would, especially under Michael Ignatieff, would be much different.